means things are pretty calm on Wall Street today, even though some top Federal Reserve officials are hinting that a September rate hike is still on the table. Right now, the Dow is down 52 points, the Nasdaq down 1, and oil building on that 10% spike in prices Thursday, up another 6.5% now to $45 a barrel. U.S. wages rose 0.4% in July, spending up 0.3%. Americans bought more big-ticket items like kitchen appliances and new automobiles. And the recent fluctuations in the stock markets, both here and around the world, helped send consumer confidence down for the month of August. It dipped to the lowest level since May, even though the job market's still pretty strong. Tom Busby, CNBC.
Have you had trouble with online dating? This is eHarmony founder Dr. Neil Clark Warren. We've created a new solution, EH Plus. EH Plus combines the personal attention of a matchmaker with eHarmony's extensive pool of great singles. EH Plus gives you hand-selected matches and freedom from being online. Get started today. Call 855-930-LOVE. That's 855-930-LOVE.
While most video surveillance solutions capture and store hours of nothing, Kcaa by Barracuda Networks only captures video when something happens. Once captured on camera, the video evidence is immediately encrypted and sent to the cloud for safe storage and easy retrieval from any web browser or mobile device. With Kcaa, there's no network configuration or software to install. Just plug one or more cameras into your network to better protect your business. Don't get caught with nothing. Do something about it. Check out Kcaa.com. That's CUDAEYE.com.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Well, good afternoon. 12:03 is the time. I'm Di Rice with the only live local news here in the Inland Empire on Kcaa 1050 AM. After more than 5 hours, a standoff with a Corona home robbery suspect has ended peacefully. The holdup happened at about 8 o'clock Monday night in the same general vicinity as the standoff, the 1400 block of Taylor Avenue. The crime was considered an armed robbery because the man acted as if he had a gun. Whether the suspect actually had a gun remains to be disclosed. The standoff began last night at about 5 o'clock when officers spotted the 35-year-old Corona resident inside a house. Nearby streets were blocked off and residents were forced to leave their homes. The standoff ended at about 2:30 with the suspect in custody. And Beaumont's attempt to stop the bleeding of nearly a decade of deficit spending will mean $4 million in cuts to the budget, $1.5 million of which will come from eliminating 24 positions, according to city officials. During the first look at Beaumont's proposed 2015-16 budget, the city council learned yesterday the stark reality of finances when acting city manager Elizabeth Gibbs Urdiaga recounted past practices that have seen Beaumont living beyond its means since at least 2007. She also delivered a plan to emerge from the financial darkness. Beaumont, according to audits, has been hiding its negative spending by balancing its budget with dollars intended for other specific purposes. And a man was hospitalized earlier this week after a bison attack on Catalina Island. 43-year-old Chris Baker was taking a photo of the animal when he was gored by the bison on a hiking excursion. Baker suffered from a punctured lung and has been in surgery at Harbor UCLA Medical Center. And officials say what happened to the bison responsible for the attack is unknown. I'll tell you what, the bison wasn't responsible at all. He was completely out of control. And looking at your Friday weather, sunny and hot throughout the weekend. Getting a little cooler by Sunday. We should reach about 91. Today's high 102, tomorrow 99. Overnight lows around 70 degrees. Checking out your drive through Corona stop and go traffic on the 91 westbound between the 15 and Maple Street. Eastbound side is also a little bit busy from Surface Club to the 15, and the 15 north busy between Ontario Avenue and the 91 freeway. Checking out the Cajon Pass, there is an accident blocking 2 lanes on the southbound side at the 138. And that has the bypass lanes completely blocked off. So traffic's a bit heavy from Oak Hills Road, and the North 15 is, of course, slow also from Cleghorn. That is very latest with news, weather, and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind, KCAA 1050 AM with Dave Ramsey.
Today we're calling to let you know we are debt-free, house and everything.
You have done really, really, really good. And you're not going to quit now.
It's been a huge witness for us to be able to share that.
It was time to get serious.
Intentionality, people. Celebrate the success.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
This is your show, America.
If I knew at 22 what I know now, our life would be better off.
It's the show that's changing the world. Now you don't just listen to the show, you live it. Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's the Dave Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. This is your show, America. Thank you for joining us. Open phones this hour at 888-825-5225. That's 888-825-5225. Jennifer is in Atlanta. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Hi, Dave. Pleasure to speak with you. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So I have a question for you in regards to retirement. My husband and I are currently on baby step number 2. We are 22 months in. However, when we started, we split our financial situation in half. I was in school and so was my husband at the time. So since our loans were in deferment, we decided to tackle all of our, what we considered our consumer debt as one. And that total was $26,000. We have finished that as of this month.
Yay.
So, yes, yay. So now we are ready to tackle the student loans, which are extremely hefty. It is going to take us projected about 5 years to finish it. So
okay, are you both out of school?
I'm finished with school. My husband is still in school.
What is what did you study? What is your degree in?
I am a vocational rehabilitation counselor.
Okay, and so you make what a year?
Right now, I'm making $40, but I'm at my entry level. I'm projected to actually probably get a raise within the next year. I don't exactly work in my field. I am an executive director of a nonprofit, and that was my entry negotiated salary. So over the next year or two, it's actually probably going to go up to about $60.
Okay, what about your husband? And how much student loan debt did you take out to get that job?
Oh, my gosh. The total student loan debt is about $170,000.
For you?
No, total for both of us.
Well, how much is yours?
I don't even know. It's the majority of it. Mine's is probably like...
You have over $100,000 in student loan debt to get that job.
Yes, Dave.
Okay.
I know.
And your husband is what is he studying?
My husband is currently in seminary. But we have been cash flowing both of our master's degrees since we started this journey. Primarily, the student loans are so high because I have been in school for over 10 years in collegiate school. So I have not paid any of my loans since then. So about $50,000 of my loans alone is just interest. So it's just been racking up interest over the years.
My Lord.
So I don't know. So anyway,
no, you have sold your life away. And so it's going to take you 5 years to clean this up unless you guys do something to get your incomes. But I don't hear either one of you being doctors or lawyers here, so I don't hear any people making $200,000 a year in this discussion.
Well, we calculated that it's going to take us about 5 years, but honestly, we've paid off most of that $26,000 in the past year. When we started this, we barely finished our first year at $30,000.
Okay.
I wasn't even really working, so we have been living literally on nothing
Good.
for the past year and a half. So, I mean, we're very
So you've turned the corner and you're intense. That's good news.
Yes, we are really
well,
trying to get
maybe it's 3 years instead of 5. We don't know how your income's going to play out. Yours may shoot up faster and more than you think, and we have no idea where he's going to land coming out of seminary, right?
Well, my husband currently works in the ministry already.
Oh, okay.
So
what does he make now?
He is making $45.
Okay. All right. So we do know what he makes. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so you have a $105,000 income with $175,000 worth of student loan debt.
Correct.
Okay. And if you're living on nothing, it's probably not 5 years, but it may be between 3 and 4, depending on how much beans and rice and how much raises we get during this time, too.
I'm probably the only one that's going to get a raise, realistically.
We don't know what's going to happen with his career track for sure.
Yes.
But, yeah, he's on his current track, that's true.
Yes.
He might come along, someone might offer him a church and double his income. I mean, that could happen, right?
It could very well happen. So, wanted to know, should we continue to delay retirement? Because now we've already delayed for 2 years.
Yes.
Continue to delay?
Yes, you've delayed for 10 years. Yes, you have to clean this mess up. If you do not attack this, it is going to loom and it's going to become a spiritual problem in your life because it just represents oppression at this level. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
And I just, I know you feel it. And so I just don't want you to, the only way to beat it is just pound it and pound it and pound it and pound it. And, you know, as you do that, things start, I look at it like the Berlin Wall. You know, you just keep hitting it with a hammer until finally it chips away and all of a sudden the thing falls in. You just chip, and then look up and the whole thing caves in one day because you hit a breakthrough on it. And sometimes it's just from your persistence, consistency. Sometimes it's from God looking down and honoring your persistence and your consistency. But no, I would not start retirement. You've got time to do retirement. You're not 50 years old. You got time to do this stuff, but you've got to just, this thing has to be enemy number one. You're already winning against it. I don't want you to slow down.
Okay.
You can do it. It's just large. I mean, you have a large hole in a medium shovel.
It is. But we feel, since we have no payments technically, you know, we do have our student loans, but since we haven't been paying them, we see how much money we do have, and we're really hopeful that this can really happen shorter than we're even expecting it to happen.
Yeah, so just start attacking them with a vengeance. Since he's still in school, his may not be accruing interest, is it?
His is, I think it is, but we're going to just do them all. We're putting them in order, and we're just doing them all.
Straight off that snowball. Okay.
Yeah, we're just going right back to the beginning, straight snowball.
Cool.
From least to greatest.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do it. That's awesome. Hey, we are going to be doing the Smart Money event in Atlanta, September the 24th. Would you two like to come as our guest?
I would love to.
Yeah, you guys you need that extra battery charge, that extra zzz, and we'll give it to you that night. Chris Hogan and I are going to be speaking there, and I just looked at my sales reports this morning. There's only about 700 or 800 tickets left to that. That thing's going to sell out very soon. It's not got much to go. And so September 24th, Atlanta, Georgia, you're my guest. Hold on, I'll have Laura give you 2 tickets, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, Dave.
Thank you. We appreciate you calling in. Baton Rouge is our first Smart Money event of the year. It's the week before September 17th, and it's got a few hundred left. As a matter of fact, all of these are trending for early sellouts, some of them more dramatically early than others. Nashville will be at the Grand Ole Opry, and that's October the 8th. And that'll be fun to play in our home city there. We haven't done this event there. And Oklahoma City is November 5th, and Louisville, Kentucky is November 17th. All of these are, again, trending early sellouts. It's a Smart Money live event. It's an evening event. It's Chris Hogan and I speaking, and we're going to walk you through the baby steps, not only on a budget and that kind of stuff, but, of course, not only through the emergency fund and getting out of debt, but Chris is going to talk, and I'll talk about wealth and about building wealth and about how it's to be used as a tool for God and for your family, which is using it for God indirectly. And, you know, it's just a lot of fun. So come out to that event. Get your tickets while you still can at DaveRamsey.com or call customer care. They'll help you at 888-22-PEACE, 888-227-3223.
Listen in this week on Relationships 2.0 with Dr. Michelle Skeen, as her guest will be Dr. Victoria Dunkley, child psychologist and author of Reset Your Child's Brain. Learn about how to end meltdowns, raise grades, and boost the social skills of your children Tuesday afternoon at 3 on KCAA 1050 AM.
Overlooked priorities in a family's financial plan is life insurance. Having it and having the right amount are crucial. If you died, how would your family pay the bills, put food on the table, and plan for the future? Term life insurance is protection for the ones you love. It's not complicated and it's not expensive. People need to deal with this, which is why I found a company I trust and I do business with, Xander. Please take the time to take care of your family.
This is KCAA.
Living the country life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country.
There's no need to pay for craft materials when you live in the country. Little treasures are everywhere. It's a great excuse to get outside and explore. Pine cones are great for making wreaths and twigs for weaving baskets. You can make exquisite bird feeders out of gourds and comb the barn for old signage, crates, or baskets. Pebbles, leaves, and nuts add a special organic touch to any project. And the trick to drying flowers and berries is hanging them upside down. Take care when cleaning these items. A damp rag ought to get most of the dirt off, and the rest you can leave on for character. I'm Jody Henke. You'll find more backyard craft ideas at livingthecountrylife.com.
Living the country life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic, share your tips, and post photos by visiting us online.
Whenever you're online, Living the Country Life is there too. Like us on Facebook and exchange tips, ideas, and recipes with thousands of people who share your love for the country life. Follow us on Twitter at Small Farming for timely news and information. Find us on Pinterest so you can pick up your latest recipes, get inspired for country decorating, and much more. And while you're out enjoying the country, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Living the Country Life MAG and tag your photos under Love Country Lifestyle. Need new ideas for what to do around your place? Register for a free Living the Country Life newsletter. Once a week, you'll receive helpful tips on key topics such as landscaping, animals and poultry, outdoor improvement projects, recreational activities, and much more. The newsletter delivers the latest trends, alerts you to informational courses, shares what other people are doing on their properties, and provides details about exciting sweepstakes and other contests. Sign up for your free newsletter today by visiting livingthecountrylife.com.
Get all the facts, all you need to know on KCAA Radio, AM 1050.
Thank you for joining us, America. James is in Midland, Texas. Hi, James. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
I got a business question.
Okay.
I'm looking at possibly starting a business within the next couple of years, like a handyman type business. I did heating and air for 6 years before, but part of it involves a move to a more not a prosperous area. I'm in the oil field right now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of up and down and real questionable.
Mm-hmm.
So we're saving up money currently to possibly move to a bigger area.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering, how do you know when good time to start a business?
The business you're talking about, anytime. I would start it as soon as you possibly can in that area. Having grown up doing things like you're talking about doing, I know that with some Dunkin's Donuts and some Krispy Kreme donuts and some business cards, and you talking to every single realtor in the 10-mile radius of the area that you're talking about doing your handyman work in, by the end of the day, you'll have work.
Yeah.
The first day. And if you will show up on time, finish the job on time and correctly, and do it at a reasonable price, you'll be making money so much, so fast, you won't know what to do, because no one in that world does that.
Mm-hmm.
Finding quote-unquote reliable people to do work when you're in and around the real estate business it's like a full-time thing. And somebody that actually shows up and doesn't try to rip you off and does good work and you know, you don't have, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, where's the crew, you know? You don't have to worry about it, because James is always going to be there when he said he was going to be there. You become so valuable, you won't believe how much you can charge and how much work you'll have.
How do you get over the fear factor, I guess?
I wouldn't be afraid. I'd be bold and busting it. What are you afraid of? What are they going to do?
I don't know. I had a business once before, and it was doing well, and then I guess I kind of panicked and got out of it and got farther into the oil field.
Well, I think what you got to do is think about what you were afraid of, because there's two kinds of fear. There's fear of touching a hot stove or chasing a ball into the interstate. That's good fear, because either one of them will get you burnt, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the other kind of fear that's false evidence appearing real. It's just this general fear that, God, things are going so good, something bad is about to happen. You know, that kind of fear. You know what I'm talking about? And so the entrepreneur is the only person who can go from sheer terror to sheer exhilaration and back every 24 hours.
Okay.
Those of us that run our own businesses, we all do that. Now, some more than others, and nowadays with a bigger business and 25 years under my belt, I'm not nearly as volatile fear-wise, but, you know, you still wake up in the morning and go, oh, crap, what if that happened, you know? And so you really have to, you know, fight back at the false evidence appearing real, because most of the stuff you worry about never really happens anyway.
Yeah.
As far as that kind of thing. But no, it's smart to have some fear and be wise and say, you know, I'm not going to stick my hand into a skill saw. You know, I'm not stupid. So you need to be afraid of reasonable things. You need to be afraid of not showing up on time. You need to be afraid of ripping somebody off or letting somebody rip you off or whatever, right? I mean, those are not paralyzed by the fear, but wary and concerned and wise about it. So that's the two different kinds of things. And I want to be all of those things myself every day running this business. But, man, I got to tell you, what you're talking about doing, I know two different people making over $200,000 a year talking about doing that are doing that. In that field, they're running rehabs. They went from just handyman fixing a dishwasher or a light switch to running crews that are fixing dishwashers, light switches, building decks, doing light rehabs, getting paint done, and they're running these little crews, and they're making bank. They're making more than a lot of home builders.
Really?
Yeah, if you know how to do that stuff and how to deal with the people, you know, you show up clean shaven and smiling, and your shirt's tucked in, and you're on time, and, you know, the basic stuff, right? But if you'll go in there right, do that right, and when something's wrong, you make it right, you fix it, you know, God, man, that's a valuable person.
All right.
Thanks for the call. Good luck with it. I think you're going to do well. Hold on. I'm going to have Laura give you a copy of my book, #1 New York Times bestselling author. The book is I Am the Author, I guess. Jeez, that's can't even talk. Anyway, it's called Entree Leadership. It's about how to run a business. That's what's important. All right, jeez. Steve is in. Reno. I'm so bad I'm introducing myself now. Steve's in Reno. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Hey, Dave. It's an honor to talk to you.
You too. How can I help?
Well, I want to know if it's okay or how I would do it. Ask my father to help out with my son's tuition for college.
How's everybody's relationships?
Oh, they're good. It's just I don't really talk a lot financially with my father. And we do have money set aside for my son, and he'd easily go to an in-state school. And that's what I've always told him, that he's going to be going to an in-state school. However, my father does have the means, and, thinking about it, he may want to kick in, and he could go to a better college out of state or a different college, or just open up the options.
When is your son going to school?
He's a junior in high school right now, so he's got a little time.
Okay. What's he wanting to study?
Well, he's into athletics, and he's actually hoping to do something in track, but he's probably looking in the engineering field. He likes math.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, there's good engineering schools in Nevada.
Oh, no, there are.
You could get a job anywhere in the United States for that degree. So,
well, and that's kind of my dilemma. He's, of course, all kids want to go somewhere else and, do that kind of thing, and I've always told him,
but that's just him wanting to take a trip. You can do that a lot cheaper than sending him to school.
Well, that's true. That's true.
So I want to talk through education in general as a philosophy first, you and your son, and before we talk to your dad, because these are the questions your dad might throw at you. In other words, what is the ROI on this? If we're going to spend an extra $50,000, what is the return on that? And if it's simply, I think that's a pretty town and it might be cool to go to near those mountains or something, then that's BS. We don't spend money for that. If this is an award-winning world-class engineering school and the people that go there are the ones that build the skyscrapers all over the world or whatever we're studying, right? I'm making this up, but there's a substantial measurable return on the extra investment, then we've got something to talk about. And then we could sit down with Grandpa, because Grandpa might call your hand on, I want to go out of state.
Yes. No, I don't think there would be a huge return on investment going to another school.
Okay. I probably wouldn't do it unless there's a reason to. But if there is a reason to and you want to sit down and talk to him, I would just sit down and tell him, this is what's going on. We have this much money saved. We've got this in-state school picked out, but your grandson who's sitting here with me, whatever his name is thinking he might want to go there, and the only way he can go there is if you want to help and you want to participate. And, we don't know how you feel about that, but we thought we'd talk to you about it and see.
Okay.
I can tell you, I've got 3 grandkids, and if any one of them asked for some help on something like that, I would help in a heartbeat. But old man Ramsey's going to be wanting to see some ROI, I'll tell you that. Papa Dave wants some ROI, because I'm the guy on that. I don't believe in just spending $300,000 extra just say you went to a certain school, because there's very little to no research indicating that you're more successful based on which school you went to, like none. With the exception of a few fields in a few particular schools. I mean, you could really make a case here or there, but most of the time, an engineering degree is an engineering degree, most of the time. That's how this works. But y'all talk it through, and if there's a real reason to talk about it, then you've got a good reason to sit down and talk to Pop about it. Because that's what Papa Dave's going to ask you if you come rolling in to talk to him. And I love my grandkids. I mean, grandkids are awesome. If I'd have known how great they were going to be, I'd have been nicer to their parents. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
This is KCAA.
California headline news. Oakland police defending their latest officer-involved shooting in which a suspect was shot to death. Though the suspect had attacked and injured a female officer with a bike chain, some witnesses say the attack didn't warrant deadly force.
Instead of shooting him, they could have tasered him or maced him. I don't think what he did was worth his life being taken just by knowing him personally.
In Van Nuys, police shoot and kill a suspect who allegedly attacked them with a hard object. The officers responding to reports of a dispute between neighbors. They suffered moderate injuries. The state's Senate approves legislation authorizing counties to increase taxes on tobacco products. The measure proposed by Senator Jeff Anderson, who says it would hurt revenues the state needs.
The number of cigarettes purchased would decline greatly. And maybe that's a good thing. I think it would be a good thing. But we're not talking about banning cigarettes. What we're talking about is banning some of the revenue that comes to the state.
The poll indicates 2/3 of Californians support a new tax. Kcaa weather, the heat continuing. Jeff Scott, California News.
Call Quicken Loans now at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And for the second year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
Hey, it's Flo, and this is my impression of a Hollywood acceptance speech. I'm so surprised! I had no idea! I'm not even prepared! Okay. I'd like to thank the Progressive discounts that got me here. Safe Driver multi-car, paid in full multi-policy. This is just such a big moment. And did I mention that I'm surprised?
With all kinds of discounts, Progressive helps you save.
Oh, and I want to thank my agent and all my discounts agents because we all have the same agent. Don't start the music!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
It's time for the KCAA Community Calendar, brought to you exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools. The clear mission of Learn for Life is to motivate and mentor students who have dropped out of school and provide them with the personalized education and technical training necessary to advance their lives.
Here's a look at the KCAA Community Calendar. I'm Di Rice. Riley's Farm Theater Company is proud to present Rockabilly Nights in scenic Oak Glen this August. The historic apple packing shed theater on Riley's Farm is the home of summer's hottest 1950s themed event. Guests can take a country hayride through the scenic apple and pear orchards before feasting on mouth-watering diner specialties, drinking fresh milkshakes and local brews on tap, and dancing the night away. Live music will keep the joint jumping on Saturday nights with the fan favorite Sham Rockabilly band Craig Haas. Rockabilly Nights will be held each Saturday this month at the Packing Shed on Riley's Farm at 12261 South Oak Glen Road in Oak Glen. Doors open early, dinner is at 6 p.m., and Sham Rockabilly band Craig Haas takes the stage from 7 till 9:30. Admission includes live music and dancing, including dance instruction at 8 and a tractor hayride through scenic Oak Glen. Make your reservations now at rileysfarm.com or call 909-790-8463. 909-790-8463. And that's a look at the KCAA Community Calendar.
The KCAA Community Calendar is presented exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools where students can complete their education on a part-time basis. To find a resource center nearest you, call 1-877-360-LEARN or visit Learn for Life online at learn4life.org. Are you thirsty for books that will fill your soul with wisdom, joy, and inspiration? Then take a refreshing and nourishing drink at Alice's Quiet Mind Bookstore, located in the heart of the Agape International Spiritual Center in Culver City, which incidentally was recently featured on The Today Show. From aromatic soy candles to best-selling authors like Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith and a whole host of other visionaries, Alice's Quiet Mind Bookstore has everything to soothe your body, spirit, and soul. For more info and directions, visit agapelive.com today.
America's pop culture entertainment show is here each week on KCAA. Hi, this is David Cohen together with
Douglas Viviani.
Join us each Saturday at 2 o'clock for Everything Old is New Again, where we take a nostalgic look at the future.
We'll revisit the entertainment and pop culture of yesterday juxtaposed to that of today. TVs, movies, music, and much more. Be forewarned, we're going to start the arguments you're going to love to have.
Everything Old is New Again, Saturday at 2 o'clock right here on CNBC KCAA 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Hi, I'm John Elway. Did you know that John Elway's Crown Toyota is the largest volume Toyota dealer in the Inland Empire? Here to give you the details is the General Sales Manager, Kara Brindley.
Well, John Elway's Crown Toyota, we listen to you. And ever since we've changed to our new process, we post our one price, which is our best price, up front on every single vehicle. Now, customers are telling me they look forward to buying their next car from us.
So come visit John Elway's Crown Toyota today in the Giant Ontario Auto Center where the 10 and 15 meet.
One price, simple, no games.
From the KCAA Weather Center, I'm Tom Ladd. For this afternoon, it'll be sunny. Expect a high near 102 degrees. Light and variable wind out of the west at 5 to 10. Clear tonight, low around 73. With a west wind at 10 to 15. It'll be sunny Saturday. Expect a high near 97. Saturday night, clear with low around 69. Winds out of the west at 10 to 15 with gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. That's your weather forecast for this hour from the station that leaves no listener behind. NBC News Radio, AM 1050, KCAA.
In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Scott and Fallon are with us. Hey, how are you guys?
We are great, Dave. How are you?
Welcome, welcome. Where are you from?
We're from Jasper, Alabama, which is a little bit northwest of Birmingham.
I know it well. Welcome. Good to have you guys.
Good to be here.
It's a pleasure. So you're here to do a debt-free screen.
Yes,
how much
sir.
have you paid off?
We paid off $126,480.56.
Woo! How long did that take?
About 14 months.
Now, this is ridiculous. That's a lot in 14 months. Now, is that a house or is that student loans or what was it?
$73,000 of it was a short sale of a house that I had in Pennsylvania from when I moved, left over up there. And then we paid off $53,000 in consumer debt in the 14 months.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Good. That makes more sense. I can breathe now. And your income during the 14 months average?
It actually went from $115 to $105. I switched jobs and took a pay cut. So.
Okay. That's always a good thing while you're doing this. Yeah. Very cool. Well, congratulations. So you sold a house in Pennsylvania, short sale.
Yep.
And you said so is that before y'all were married you had the house?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you lost money on that. And so that the portion of this was debt forgiveness when you sold the house?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then the other 50 was hardcore cash.
53, yes.
Yes.
And we sold, I actually had the BMW and sold it.
What did it bring?
About $10,000. Sold it and got rid of it just for what it was worth to clear that.
When did you all get married? How long ago?
October 2014.
Okay.
So last year. No, it was last year.
2 years.
No, we got married last year.
In 2014.
2014.
Oh, so a year, not even a year yet.
We started before we got married. Our debts were pretty much even, and we started it before that. He worked on his, and I worked on mine, and then we kind of joined everything together in October. So.
Well, you guys were pretty intense for being engaged on your money. What was driving this? Tell me the story. What happened? What started this process?
Well, we were together, obviously, and I was working third shift, and his dad actually knew I wanted to change jobs and come and work during the daytime and have more time at home. And he said, you really need to listen to Dave Ramsey. I listen to him every day, and he'll get you straight and get your bills paid off. And we were both tired of just paying, feeling like a rat in a wheel and just constantly having a lot of debt and a lot of payments. And your plan just made sense. I listened to it while I was driving third shift. And actually, the company I went to in their lending library had Financial Peace University, so we got to borrow that and watch those DVDs.
Oh, wow.
And so it was like a blessing. It was a blessing in disguise.
Very cool. So Scott, your dad and your girlfriend gang up on you.
Actually, I was okay with it. I wanted to get kind of debt-free to begin with.
Okay.
And with my father kind of on my side, I figured if I'd try to drag her trying to do it, it wouldn't work. So she needed to make that decision on her own.
Had to be her idea.
Right.
Okay.
So I was all on board right away.
Okay.
Yep.
So a little bit of radio guy and a little bit of father-in-law in the back, potential father-in-law in the background. Get you started, and then it was your idea, and here we go.
Yep.
I love it. Very cool. What was the hardest part for you guys of this whole adventure?
The hardest part for me, it was different for both of us. The hardest part for me was realizing wants versus needs. And also, one thing I'd tell people, and it's just kind of a tip, was I went really hardcore in the beginning. We planned no fun, and that was really hard for me. We didn't go to the movies, we didn't do anything. And we actually tried to cut some corners. We planned to go to a concert, and we said, we won't pay for parking. We'll save the $10. Well, his truck got broken into, and it ended up being a $700 concert. But the good thing was my purse got stolen, and because I had no credit cards, all they got was my debit card. So they were probably very mad.
The hardest thing was for me was the going out to eat. I like to go out to eat, and she put an end to all that.
Yeah.
Because I'm in route sales, and I'm always on the road and stopping and getting lunch everywhere that had a drive-through window. Now I pack my lunch, I bring it with me, and that's the most difficult thing for me.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
It's a big money saver, though.
It is. It saves a ton of money. It really does. Cool. So, what kind of food were you eating, Scott, that you will never eat again now that you're debt free? Like, I hate that food. It reminds me of being broke. Mine was tuna fish.
I can't stand Hamburger Helper. Sorry. I don't want nothing to do with it.
I love it. There you go. That's it. Yeah, I've had people tell me the smell of ramen noodles makes my net worth go down. Yeah.
We still have some ramen in the
cabinet.
So.
I love it. Yeah, that's not something we eat on purpose. Oh my gosh! Until we eat like no one else, so later we can eat like no one else. That's it. Well, congratulations, you guys. Very well done. So I bet your dad's proud now.
Very much. He's listening. He's watching live on the internet. So.
Oh, very cool.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, very cool. I love it. Well, congratulations. That's a lot of data in 14 months. And not being married, but since October, you guys really, you not only started it, you finished it together. Yep. So congratulations.
Exactly.
Very, very well done. All right, Scott and Fallon, Birmingham, Alabama, Jasper, Alabama. $126,000 paid off, 50 of it in cash. 14 months, making 115 down to 105. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. We're
debt-free! Love it, love it, love it, love it. Very well done, you guys. Absolutely awesome. Man, that's fun. That is seriously fun. Okay, we got something really special coming up on tomorrow's show. We're going to be doing a small business theme hour. And Christy Wright is going to be my guest tomorrow. You're going to want to tune into this. We have been working on something, Christy and her team, our team, for a little over a year, and we are about ready to let you guys know about it. If you are a lady that is interested in business, whether you're a stay-at-home mom right now or whether you're running your own business right now, whatever it is, you need to tell anybody that's in that situation to be listening tomorrow. You do not want to miss this. I don't know when I've been so excited about anything in a long time. This is incredible. So this announcement tomorrow with Christy Wright during our small business theme hour this is coming up on Tuesday. You're not going to want to miss that. Have I got the right day, James? Because I got an email a minute ago. It is tomorrow, isn't it? Okay, good. You're looking at me like I'm not supposed to say this or something, but we're doing it. So make sure you join us, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. You do not want to miss this event. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Speaking of incredible stuff, Chris Brown's True Stewardship continues to explode. If you don't know what that is a new Christian radio show that we launched 2 months ago with one of our Ramsey personalities, Pastor Chris Brown. The show is called Chris Brown's True Stewardship in classic Christian radio format of 30 minutes long every day. He takes your calls and answers questions with what the Bible has to say about money. It's broadcast in 20 cities, and you can find the cities, times, and dates, or times and locations, dial positions, and that kind of stuff at stewardship.com. You can also hook up at stewardship.com to the podcast that is free every day. Over 600,000 people have already downloaded the podcast. That's how big this thing is and how quickly it's launched, and it's going ding, ding, ding. Man, it's killing it. So you can follow Chris on Twitter at Chris Brown on Air. Of course. And, of course, his Facebook site is facebook.com/Chris Brown on Air. Kimberly is going to be up after the break. Let's jump over here to Twitter and see what's going on. Why should I pay my mortgage off early when I can invest that in a 12% investment opportunity? Because of risk. When I went broke, I had to figure out that either all of my little math formulas, like your little math formula, Matt, were wrong or they were right. And if my little math formula is right, then the Bible is wrong, because it says the borrower is slave to the lender. And so my faith went in conflict with my math brain until my math brain realized that I wasn't taking risk into consideration. People who borrow on their homes lose their homes more often than people who have no debt on their home. It's a scientific fact. It's been proven. 100% of the foreclosures occur on a home with a mortgage. I always say, I've done detailed research, and some guy tweeted, did you do real detailed research? No, it's a joke. Still, it occurs. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, host of Healthline. Xeno-X is a vital, safe, food-rich source of iodine, essential for thyroid health, and for women, life-critical for healthy reproductive system and healthy breasts. Buy 2 bottles, get the third one free. Call 800-370-3447. That's 800-370-3447.
Healthline at 2:30 Monday through Friday on KCAA 1050 AM.
I literally started my business on a card table in my living room. In those days, I was the one responsible for keeping track of my expenses. And if I wanted my family to eat, I had to make sure the money was coming in. I was a true entrepreneur. Nowadays, I know there's a better way. It's called FreshBooks, and I'm a big fan of what they do. FreshBooks is an online software and mobile app that allows you to track your time, capture expenses, and create professional invoices. It's easy and it works. Find out what over 5 million entrepreneurs and small business owners just like you have already discovered. You can try it free today at getfreshbooks.com. Just enter the Dave Ramsey Show under How Did You Hear About Us for your free 30-day trial. That's getfreshbooks.com. And remember, enter the Dave Ramsey Show to get started today.
This is KCAA.
Hey, this is Steve Sanchez, and do you know in 2007, I went off to the doctor for a basic checkup, and he informed me, Steve, you got plaque built up around your heart, and you're going to need stents. I informed him, with no offense, doc, I need a second opinion. I go off to a naturopathic doctor, and he introduces me to something called Zango. It's a juice made of the whole mangosteen fruit. You know, the mangosteen fruit has been used for centuries for healing. So, hey, what do I have to lose? I tried it. 3 months later, I go back to my cardiologist, no plaque, no stents, and I'm proud to say 7.5 years later, I'm stent-free. I want to turn you on to Zango because it's the only true 100% mangosteen fruit juice. It's patented. In fact, the Mayo Clinic is paying attention because they're doing an extensive study because they cannot ignore all the testimonials around the world. I want to give you a free sample of the Zango juice today. Simply call 888-309-5656. That's 888-309-5656 for your free mangosteen juice sample today from the company called Zango.
This is Dick from Carpet Masters. Carpet Masters has been serving the Inland Empire for over 55 years. Carpet Masters uses extraction cleaning for your carpet because there's no better cleaning to remove the soil from your carpet. All of our furniture cleaning is done by hand in your home or in our plant. Carpet Masters also offers dry cleaning for fine furniture. Call Carpet Masters at 793-7215. That's 793-7215 for Carpet Masters.
Wondering what to do on your Friday drive home? Well, the bar's open and it's happy hour. Join us right here on KCAA 1050 AM on Friday at 3 for Trevor's Happy Hour with Lyle Fenimore. The gang's all going to be there, so dial it in. KCAA 1050 AM Fridays at 3 p.m. right after the Poor Man for Trevor's Happy Hour with Lyle Fenimore. Pour me a tall one. Brought to you by buysellmakeoffer.com.
So I'm the guy that your whole life insurance agent doesn't like. I'm the guy that your car salesman that wants to lease you a car doesn't like. I'm the guy that the payday lender doesn't like. I'm the guy that the people at the rent-to-own store doesn't like. I'm the guy that the people that are trying to sell you an extended warranty doesn't like, because I'm the guy that takes up for you and tells you when they're selling you crap. So you'll see it everywhere if you look it up. I'm the guy that the timeshare salesman doesn't like. When somebody's selling crap, I call them out on it because I'm here for you guys. It's that simple. And so if you know, it's not hard to find a Dave Ramsey's an Idiot article out there. They're everywhere. But they're all written by people who are mad because I'm telling people their industry sucks. Like these bankruptcy attorneys. There's some great bankruptcy attorneys that do great work, that do a great job. They sit down with somebody who's not bankrupt and looks at them and they say, "You're not bankrupt. You can make it." And they don't see every single person that comes in their office as someone that has to file bankruptcy. And then there are bankruptcy attorneys that will file bankruptcy for a dadgum dog. I mean, if you're breathing, you're bankrupt as far as they're concerned. They'll file bankruptcy for anybody. They're just scum. The number of times I've coached with somebody that had $6,000 worth of debt and some moron attorney filed bankruptcy for them. That's a moron. And so guess what? You're going to see articles. You're going to see people on their little blogs and their stuff trashing me. But it's usually because I got to them first. And their industry is scummy. And the products that they're selling are awful. I mean, honestly, a car lease, have you ever done any math in your life? If you know how to do math and you look at the inside breakdown of a car lease, you would never fleece a car. Whole life insurance, that's the payday lender of the middle class. Absolute crap. Nobody believes in that stuff anymore, except the people that sell it. Dave Ramsey doesn't understand insurance. Your worst fear is I actually do understand insurance. You people in the insurance business. Really. So it's fun. It's fun, but you can find it out there. You know, I run into people all the time. Like, are you not aware that people say these things about you? Of course I'm aware. I know what they're saying. We see all of it. It all comes across. I mean, I got 500 folks working here. You don't think we track these morons? We know exactly what they're doing. But really, the truth is, they have absolutely no effect because they have no voice. And our voice has gotten really loud protecting you, telling you how to win and how not to be stepping on the landmines that some of these financial products, quote unquote, represent. Kimberly is with us in St. Louis. Hi, Kimberly. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
Well, I find myself stressing a lot over my retirement. I consider myself a Dave Ramsey follower, but not maybe 100%. I listened to your show for about the last year, and I just worry that how do I know that I really am going to have enough to get me through when I retire?
Okay. Well, the only way I know to do it is with math.
Yeah, and I've tried, I go online to those little things, but they want me to put in a percentage of earning, and it's like, I don't know what to put in there. And
all right, let's try a new one. Go to ChrisHogan360.com. Chris is one of our Ramsey personalities. He and I have built a tool. Our team built it. We designed it. They're called RIQ, your retirement IQ. And it's not got any vague representation. It says, if you were to retire today, how much money would you want a month coming in? You can answer that question, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you start answering questions like that, and in a few minutes you're going to have a complete number that you'll need at retirement, and then it will give you the number based on what you already have saved that you need to be putting in per month in order to get that number at retirement.
Okay, yeah, because I've been juggling too. I would love, of course, we would all love to retire early, at 59 and a half, or whenever I can first access that.
Yeah, I'd love for you to have the money to retire early. I don't know that I want to retire early, but
I don't know that I will either.
I want to have, Chris. I like Chris is saying. He says retirement is a financial number. It's not an age. I like that saying. So that's kind of the way I think about it. I agree with him on that. So how much have you got saved so far?
I have $116,000.
And how old are you?
43.
Okay. And what do you make a year?
$55,000.
Okay. And I'm guessing from your pronouns that you're single?
No, I am married.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. And what does he make?
Okay. He makes about between $45,000 and $50,000, depending on the year. He's self-employed, so it kind of varies.
Okay, so you got around $100,000 income.
Correct.
And he's around the same age?
He is 44, so just 1 year older.
And does he have money saved in addition to this 116?
Well, he was a carpenter for the state of Illinois for 20 years. So he does have a state-funded retirement, which I'm not really certain how that works. Like you look.
Does he have any nest egg at all?
No.
Okay, so we have a nest egg of 116 plus his state retirement.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, let's just use that for a number as an example. Okay, I can plug it in. I'll just play with it for a second. Because I think you're going to be fine, and I just want to show it to you. I'm going to put $116,000 in my financial calculator, okay? And I'm going to use a 12% rate of return because that's what I earn on the mutual funds that I have invested. You're 43. Let's take this to 63 just to be fun. That's an even 20 years. And let's say 15% of your income, which is what I tell you to do at baby step 4. That's $15,000 a year. So if you do what we teach, you would have around $2.5 million.
Oh, wow.
At 63.
That's a lot. I mean, right now, I'm putting in 15%, but I'm putting in 15% of my income.
Yeah, you need to be putting 15% of household income at baby step 4. And that'd be $1,250 a month, which is $15,000 a year. And if you're doing that, now you're debt free except your home.
We actually do. And that's why I say I kind of follow you, and then sometimes I had a car that was paid for, but it was getting unreliable, and I had set money aside to buy a new vehicle. And last year we bought a new van, and I paid like $12,000 cash for it, but it was a $22,000 van. So then
So you mean you put a down payment on it?
Correct. So I have about a $6,500 loan out there on the van still, but other than that...
Okay, do you have an emergency fund saved?
We have about $5,000 in savings.
Okay, you're really struggling on those 2 points. Yes. You're really in more of a danger zone than you realize. I mean,
probably.
Yeah, because I mean, you have a $10,000 event, you got a mess on your hands.
Oh. And
that's possible. As a matter of fact, it's statistically probable. Dave, you think it's going to rain? Yeah, I know it's going to rain. You need an umbrella. So I want you to get this van paid off. I want you to get your emergency fund built. And then I'm a lot more comfortable with you saving at this $1,250 rate. But the bottom line is if you'll tune up your mess here a little bit, you're not in a bad mess, but I mean, tune up your little points here and get this thing moving, then you're going to retire with a couple $1 million if you'll stay on track. But if you keep saving like you're saving, you're not.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is you got a stinking car payment.
True. This is true. And I knew that when I did it, but you know.
Yeah, but you know. So you know you need to clean it up. That's the thing now. So that's where we are. That's the problem with calling Dave Ramsey. He's going to put you on the Dave Ramsey plan. It happens like all the time. It's so predictable. But you know why? Because it works. Here's the thing. I mean, you know, if you save 15% of $55,000, you're going to have about $1 million. If you save 15% of $100,000, you're going to have about $2.5 million. And you can do that if you work the other stuff and keep your emergency fund in place and get out of the car payment world. Because guess what? Your car went bad, but $12,000 car would have been a decent car to buy, and you'd have been okay, and then you'd have been in position to save for retirement. So that's how it works. It's just this nagging thing, this common sense thing. It just keeps coming back at you. That puts this hour of the Dave Ramsey Show in the books. Thanks to James Childs, our producer. Blake Thompson's our executive producer. Kelly Daniels off today. Laura Johnson back on the phones for the day. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. We'll be back.
And KCAA is his home in the Inland Empire.
There are a lot of people who think that we are Martians, that there's a strong possibility that we are Martians. That's why I said us. No, I'm serious. There was a civilization on Mars. That life had been us or our ancestors.
Nobody is more captivating than Art Bell.
Now, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is something here that defies logical explanation.
Tune into the